Okay, right, I'm back again, camera again cut out. It can't seem to do longer videos than I really want. Anyway, so I haven't done any more since the last one. I basically got it onto the third chip. And the reason this is an interesting chip is because this one handles address A0 up to address A5. So we'll be interested to see what this one does. Test it. This one's failed. Try again. Failed again. Failed again. So this one's not looking too good. Right, we'll do a stuck check and see what that reveals. Interestingly, it looks like pin 3 and pin 9 are not changing state. Now, the fact that buffer is there, pin 10 and 9 is just one buffer. You'd imagine if that pin changes state, the other one will as well. Same with that one. So the fact one of them, the outputs are actually set high, looks to me like we have two pins stuck high here. Basic finished the test and it's failed it because basically we've got pin 3 and pin 9 stuck high according to this. We could go and put a scope on it or a logic probe, but this does look to me like there's something wrong. In fact, the other two have passed and this one hasn't. If I go to my data, go to the schematics and look for that, pin 3 and pin 9 happen to be AB0 and AB1, which happens to be linked to A0 and A1 of the address bus. Now remember, the data was all changing state in four ways. It was 4 blocks of 4 for the data we were reading back, which means that A0 and A1 would, if they change state, would be reading up to address 3. As soon as it gets to address 4, it goes on to A2. So if these two are stuck high, it could indicate why the data is in blocks of 4, because the addresses are not changing, but they're only changing every 4th time. So, you know, when you read from address 0 to address 3, you're going to get the same data, and then when you read address 4, you get a different data, so you're going to get blocks of 4. So this could be the reason. I'll just show you which chip it's actually on, and there you go, that's the one here. I'll just unplug it, and it's that chip there. So I'm going to suggest that before we go any further with this board, this chip gets changed. Now I could go and check the select lines of the ROMs. I could do all sorts of things. You can do that with the tester as well. You know, I'll have to plug in the pod back into the processor socket and do all that. But I think before I go any further, I think I'm going to change this chip. I think it's worth it. I've got a spare one. I think it's worth just trying it and seeing what happens. So I'm going to hang up on this video. I'm going away, I'm going to change this chip, put a socket in it and put another chip in it, and then the next video, which will come along very soon, once I've changed it, we'll take off from when the chip's been changed and we'll go through that test again and see what happens. So I'll see you in a bit.